The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good morning here at 5 a.m. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Maddie Jansen.
And I'm Alex Fisher. Starting tomorrow, you'll need to wear a mask in indoor public spaces regardless of your vaccination status. State health officials made that announcement yesterday. The mandate applies to restaurants, grocery stores, and other indoor areas. The new rules are due to a 47% increase in COVID-19 cases across the state since Thanksgiving, with more concerns over another winter surge. The mask mandate is only a month and expires January 15th. California is also recommending that out-of-state travelers get tested for COVID-19 3 to 5 days before arriving in the state. We reached out to Kern Public Health about this mandate. Officials said, quote, "We are currently reviewing the newly released state guidance and masking mandate. We continue to encourage our residents to adhere to all state-issued mandates." Public Health Director Bryn Kerrigan will provide an update to the Kern County Board of Supervisors later today.
Here at home, Kern County Public Health yesterday confirmed 478 new cases of COVID-19 and 5 new deaths. These numbers include new data collected from over the weekend. More than 1,800 people have died since the start of the pandemic began, and tens of thousands of infections have been confirmed since the COVID-19 vaccines became widely available. State data shows 121 people suffering more acute symptoms of the virus are being treated in local hospitals. 32 of those patients are fighting for their lives in area intensive care units.
With only 2 weeks left in what could be a record-breaking year for killings, the violence in Kern County continues as 2 women were shot in South Bakersfield Sunday night. 1 woman died. Officers were called to the area of Centaur Street just south of Pacheco Road for reports of a shooting just after 11 p.m. When they arrived, they found 2 women had been shot. Both women were taken to the hospital. 1 died. Officials identified her as 22-year-old Desiree Marie Jordan of Bakersfield. The other woman is said to be stable. Police say the women were sitting in their car when they were shot. According to our records, there have been 132 homicides in Kern County so far this year. Last year, Kern County saw a record number of homicides with 140 killings.
From our 17 News follow-up file now, police are asking for your help identifying a man wanted for questioning in connection to a deadly crash. The crash happened just after midnight on November 19th at the intersection of Stockdale Highway and Renfro Road. Investigators say the driver of a red Honda Civic was racing when he sideswiped another car and crashed. 23-year-old Carmen Romero Vidal was killed. BPD wants to question the man seen in this surveillance video. He's described as Hispanic, 20 to 30 years old, 5 feet 6 inches to 6 feet tall, thin-build with a beard. His car is described as a mid-2000s gray or charcoal Infiniti G37 with tinted windows and black rims. If you have any information, call police. Well, this rain is bringing some much-needed relief to drought-stricken central California and up and down the state, really, but it's only a drop in the bucket compared to what we need to bring an end to our historic drought. And a reminder, starting today, mandatory water restrictions begin for all City of Bakersfield domestic water system customers. These restrictions are to remain in place until further notice. They include limiting lawn watering or any outdoor irrigation to 3 days a week and only between 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. and no watering for at least 48 hours after a storm like today's, which results in measurable rainfall. And that means you should turn off your sprinklers. On average, Californians use 30 to 60% of their water on outdoor irrigation, and letting Mother Nature handle watering during storms is an important way to save water. Experts say you don't need to begin watering again until the top 2 inches of your soil are dry. There are several other ways you can help save water. For more information, visit saveourwater.com.
In your 17 Crime Watch this morning, a standoff in southwest Bakersfield lasted for the better part of 5 hours yesterday before coming to an end late last night. According to the sheriff's office, the standoff began around 6 o'clock last night. Deputies responded to an attempted armed robbery on South Real Road near Apache Avenue. Deputies surrounded an apartment and tried to make contact with the suspect, but they were unsuccessful. The standoff eventually came to an end around 11 o'clock last night, but it is unclear if anyone was taken into custody.
Your time now is 5:35. In your 17 court watch, convicted murderer Jamie Osuna pleaded not guilty yesterday to another charge filed against him while in custody. Osuna, appearing by video from inside a cage at California State Prison, Sacramento, pleaded not guilty to making terrorist threats. The charge stems from an incident that occurred June 28th, but no further details were revealed. Osuna was also accused of decapitating his cellmate back in 2019. A judge granted a request to postpone a hearing set to take place this week, which would determine whether Osuna is competent to stand trial in the 2019 case. That hearing has been rescheduled for January 24th. Osuna had been serving a life prison term without parole for the torture and killing of Yvette Pena in Bakersfield. He pleaded guilty in 2017 to first-degree murder and other charges filed in Pena's killing. We took a deep dive into Osuna's life and the lives of his victims in our award-winning podcast, The Man with 1,000 Faces. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, and other sites. Just go to thousandfacespodcast.com for more.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.